I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Hey guys, we're back. Silent Nights. And we're here to react and kind of talk about the most recent announcement that was tweeted and posted all over social media today. Konami official page and official Silent Hill page announced that on October 19th, which is this Wednesday, they're essentially going to reveal what the future of that series is. You know, coming off the heels of months and maybe even years of always leaks and rumors or, you know, obviously PT was a really start to that because that was probably the last good of Silent Hill.
Did they do any remakes before?
No.
No? Oh, yeah, so yeah, that was literally the last thing we heard.
Like, they have not made another Silent Hill game since, I think, Downpour, which was a series of their games that they just kept on giving to studios that really haven't really made anything, weren't kind of like there yet, in my opinion, you know, for it. And a lot of them were just either okay or bad games, so it was pretty clear that they kind of stopped caring. But I think with a lot of the kind of hype it's building, the reputation that Konami is getting now, they're kind of maybe starting like, okay, maybe we should give them something. So
you hope they give them something. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We all know how Konami is, so they're just trying to make money as fast as they can.
Yep.
So, is it supposed to be a new Silent Hill game? Like
yeah,
a remake?
So essentially what I think it is, I mean, obviously all they said was the future of the Silent Hill series will be, you know, revealed or talked about. So I'm assuming video game. Maybe they might talk about TV shows and maybe like a movie or something. Listen, I think that they're going to reveal a video game. I think that they at least have to have some kind of sense to where...
Could you imagine
it will not go over well if it's just like a film or like a Netflix TV show. I'm not saying that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, that wouldn't be a good idea, but...
When Black Wesker came out?
I only watched like one episode of that. I heard it was not too good.
It was bad, but
anyways,
that's besides the point.
I mean, Resident Evil has been hitting on their video games, but Silent Hill has faltered. But anyways, the leaks, rumors, what I kind of think might actually be revealed if they do show off the game, is like a Resident Evil 2/3 remake style of either the original Silent Hill or Silent Hill 2, and it's going to be developed by the Bloober Team studio. You know, the one I kind of showed you about earlier. They made The Medium.
Oh, yeah.
Blair Witch, Layers of Fear, Observer. Like,
they're going to be interesting.
They have a decent little style. It's pretty indie. But I think The Medium was their biggest budget game.
If they make it, it's most likely because all those games are pretty much like, I walk around with no weapon, but Silent Hill, you get a gun.
You need some combat in Silent Hill, so I think they're going to incorporate that.
I don't think it's going to be nothing too... I feel like it's going to be new age, but I feel like it's like you said, it's probably going to be a remake. Like how they're... Because all the horror games are doing remakes right now. Like later on this year... Is it this year or next year? Resident Evil 4 is supposed to come out.
Next year.
March. Yeah, so it's just... We got remakes galore coming out for like horror games right now, which I don't mind.
But listen, I feel that remakes are a thing, of course, but go back far enough and I would not be opposed. Like if they made like a Dino Crisis remake,
everybody's been waiting on a Dino Crisis
I would not be like, oh my god, why would they do that?
You know, it's funny that they make remakes that no one really wants. Like you said, I wouldn't be upset if they made a Dino Crisis remake. They haven't even made anything about Dino Crisis since Dino Crisis came out. That was the first and last thing. They should
Dino Crisis 3 because it just...
They never remake what you want.
They lost their kind of real vision with the game, and they made it something kind of weird, and nobody really liked it. And it was only on like the Xbox, like the original Xbox. It was kind of a very obscure title almost. It was almost like they were trying to get it killed or something. I mean, Resident Evil obviously was great, but just imagine having two powerhouse franchises.
Resident Evil, the reason it's been alive for so long is because of the monies amassed over time. Like let's be honest. They had Resident Evil 1, which was really good, 2, 3.
Dude, almost all of them.
But, I mean...
In my opinion.
Really...
I'm a huge Resident
I feel like
fan.
5 and 6, they kind of... And then a couple
I guess 6 wasn't the greatest of all of them, but it wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't scary. So, I understand.
5 wasn't scary with either.
Not really it either, but it felt a lot like 4, just a bit more action.
I feel like
different setting.
But I feel like 4, they were trying to catch the lightning in the bottle they had. But that's what I'm saying. I'm excited for the remake because I feel like the remake's gonna be a kiss from God. It's gonna be amazing.
But back to Silent Hill.
Yeah,
they're the kind of rival of Resident Evil in a way, at least back in the
That's why I brought
90s
it up.
when they were kind of coming out. They're probably going to try to remake the first one. Who knows? I'm assuming they try to do at least the first 3. Those are considered, the pinnacle, like the peak Silent Hill, or 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes a little bit 4. It's kind of like there or not in terms of being regarded as good or not. But I love Silent Hill as much as I love Resident Evil. Well, I say that's not true. I think I like Resident Evil better, but I mean, I like it. I like Silent Hill a lot, enough to where I would invest my time, and I would get any game that they make because I'm hoping for it to be good. But it just hasn't been. But I think if they remake the original, it's kind of, or if they remake 2 and they kind of change it up, I think that's kind of like a no-brainer. Everybody would want that, I think, and it would satisfy people for right now until they make another original one.
I feel like Silent Hill is in the franchise that start with a remake of 2. I feel like they'll start with 1 because 1's like a good.
One's great too,
like they
and they probably will start with 1 to make it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
different. It's just
if they start with the trilogy, like you said, like they're doing 1, 2, and 3. I feel like they will start with 1. They remade Resident Evil 2 for a reason because they had Leon in there, and then you had Claire, right? Yeah, it was Claire. Wait, for Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, it was Leon and Claire.
Yeah.
And then Resident Evil 3 was just Jill. But, I mean, Resident Evil 4 is going to be
Leon.
Definitely amazing.
You think it's going to be like a Last of Us, like a big old escort mission? You think they're going to let Ashley do it? Well, now it's turning into a Resident Evil video. But
No, I feel like there's like a lot of leaks that's been coming out, and I think they're very credible. For some reason, Resident Evil gets leaked a lot, where there's like a lot of new features, where I think that she's like...
Do you think
she doesn't have like a health bar?
Oh shit!
And you have her like hiding things and move like across. It's almost like what it seems like they're putting emphasis on her not being a burden. Even though I feel like she wasn't like that much.
I mean, she got hiding in the original where you could tell like the
but
hide
like,
and stuff.
It's
but
almost,
she had a health bar. Like if she got too low, but it gave her a sense of danger. It made it more realistic.
It's because they're gonna expand on her a little. You know how she has a playable section. They're gonna make that like a little thing. Give her some more backstory. So because of that, when you do play as Leon, I don't think, she's going to be as much as like, oh, I'm like the person you need to be watching. It's going to like, okay, experience your game as Leon, but Ashley's going to be kind of there with you.
So she'll be kind of like I don't want to say
almost like an Ellie. Almost like an Ellie, but just like does not.
I'm about to say, yeah, like I was trying to think in Resident Evil terms.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But kind of like that. And I mean,
so
I'm not sure.
So like when Joel
exactly like that, but a little bit like that. But they both relate. They're both horrors. We're talking about horror, anyways.
This is just a horror video
in reality. But I mean, Silent Hill has potential because it has a very unique concept premise. With obviously going into the literal underworld fucking version of the the world you're in. It's like it's such a cool shit. It's a great property, and it's a shame that it's been kind of disrespected a little bit, kind of like some other Konami titles. Unless maybe this is just the first wave of shit. They're gonna release Metal Gear Solid 3 remake or some kind of like other Metal Gear. I'm just saying like maybe they're gonna start doing this kind of stuff, and Silent Hill is the first thing. But
I mean, movies already do a hell of a remake, so I'm not surprised. Video games is on the rise.
But I think for video games, at least, it's a bit justified in the sense of technology's improved.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, not every video game.
Not everyone needs a remake. The Dead Space remake, did you see that gameplay? That actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like a remaster is cool, but what a remake means is not remaking the full game, but you're following the same formula, but adding something new.
Yeah, of course. Like, you're expanding on it.
Yeah, and a remaster is just, the game's the same, but it's upgraded graphics. I think most games just need a remaster and not a remake, you know what I'm saying? Because most games haven't been out long enough. It's only been, like Last of Us, it's only been out for like 10 years. I don't think it just needed a remake. I think it just needed a remaster.
You always find a way to squeeze that in every fucking conversation.
Hey, they charge us $70 for it. I gotta bring it up.
All I'm saying is, even like Dino Crisis, the original, if they like remade that,
they would make a
Resident Evil 2 kind of style, like over the shoulder third person, not a fixed camera.
They would make
with maybe like some like
lot of money.
bit QTE
So
type
much
shit
money.
because of like Regina was kind of like that kind of character. She's a badass and everything. So having that make it like tense and horrifying with dinosaurs, dude. I feel like dinosaurs are like something that people
But that's
always
what I'm
ask
saying.
for but never get. It's kind of strange.
But that's what I'm saying. It was
Maybe it's just
so
really
much
hard
money.
to do.
If they did a legit remake of Dino Crisis, because Dino Crisis does need a remake. Like games like Dino Crisis, stuff like that. Like games that's been out like 20 years, 30 years, they haven't had like a proper like revamp. Deserves a remake, and it would be amazing to see a Dino Crisis remake though.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people will flock to that. Like, it's a good game. It's got a good cult following, so yeah.
For sure. I mean, I would definitely buy that immediately. But Silent Hill has an opportunity because no matter how long you go sucking, if you once were great and you just make that one game that's good,
That's what I'm saying.
all's forgiven.
Wait,
In a way, it might take a little bit more.
Wait. I
At
agree.
least starts it.
I got Resident Evil reference. Another prime example of a game that went from, oh man, this game ain't really doing shit, to they went back to their roots.
Oh, Resident Evil 7, dude.
Yes, there you go.
Resident
You already
Evil
knew
7.
Resident Evil 6 to 7 was a complete revamp and went back to the old franchise.
And first person.
Yeah, Resident Evil 6 was just like the continuation of Resident Evil 4 to 5. So when they went back to the roots, which was Resident Evil 7, which is probably going to happen if they do make another Silent Hill game or something like that, I feel like, yeah, it'll be like they'll go back to the roots of like how it originally was. Not like Downpour and stuff. Like I feel like it'll be like the first Resident Evil game, at least the first one definitely.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like a fixed camera, because games like The Medium kind of seemed like it had that. So, and that was the Rumor Studio last title. So it's almost like, hey, you seem like you can make this. Just make that game, but make it Silent Hill and add some combat.
That's about it.
At that game. There's been some leaks about that being a thing. But then the other freaking component is that there might be another game that they reveal other than just that one. I mean, maybe not.
You never know, though.
They might just kind of throw like, hey, and also we're working on a new mainline entry, like, a sequel. And, that's being developed by this studio, has this, it's going to be this, comes out 2 years or some shit, and then that's pretty much it. But I'm always excited. I'm a huge horror fan, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, anything like that. But we'll see where it goes. Konami needs a lot of work, in my opinion, to kind of regain some of its good faith. Because a lot of the stuff they did, but if they can make this work, and maybe they do something with Metal Gear, and I don't know if I necessarily need them to make another franchise, but at least treat the ones you already have with some respect.
Yeah. They could do a remake
of like Castlevania shit, dude. They got a bunch of stuff. I'm surprised they didn't do that with, especially how great the anime was.
Well, no, because you follow Dracula, but the Castlevania Lord of the Shadow series, I wish they would do. They could remake those because those were very fun.
Yep. Listen, they have a catalog. That's why people get so angry with them, is because you were once great. Like, what is going on?
And they just need the money. I feel like they got comfortable. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They get money coming in, so why do we have to make something amazing when we just put out, shit, and bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't know if there's anything else you want to branch in on that. It's kind of just not too long of a kind of reveal. They really just said Silent Hill, October 19th, like I said, so early midday. I think it's 2 p.m. or something. I'm not sure the time zone. We're going to have some little presentation.
I mean, I feel like we said enough just for the video. Like for surprises. Now we just gotta wait till what's Thursday?
Wednesday.
Yeah, I was right. Yeah, we just gotta wait till Wednesday to see the rest, and then we'll have the update video. This is just part 1, baby.
Yeah. So we've been Silent Nights. Thanks for listening again, and talk to you guys.